So you say this is the last time we'll see you out there, but we know how wrestling retirements usually work.
No, this is a real wrestling retirement. I will not have another wrestling match. I will go broke before I have another wrestling match, and I will not go and wrestle for another promotion.
Brian Gerwitz made headlines recently as he was interviewed, and one of the key questions that was asked of him was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Hey, is it possible that we might see this guy do some stuff with the WWE since Hollywood is on strike right now? It's a damn good question. It is a damn good question. And I know that's something that has popped up, for some people. And I get that, because you're looking at the John Cenas. You're looking at the Dave Batistas. You're looking at the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, before I say to you guys how Brian responded to this, how Brian Gerwitz responded to this, just hearing that process of elimination, I'm looking at Big Dave Batista. I'm going, no, Dave is done. Dave is sincerely done. The Dave Batista that I had spoke with a couple of years back at AwesomeCon, because I had took part in his Q&A. I did the photo op, whole nine yards. Sweet guy. I got to tell you, if you are ever in a position where you get to do some type of a Batista meet and greet, it's worth it. It is worth it. Do it. Even if you were to hit me up and you're like, Lee, Batista wants, I'll go with a ridiculous number. Batista wants $1,000 for his meet and greet, and that also includes a Q&A. Should I do it? I would say to you, yeah, go ahead, do it. He is shy. I will tell you that just off the break. He's very shy. So one of the best ways you can get him to lower his guard down a bit is just be natural. Just, don't freak him out, right? Don't creep him out. Just be natural with him. Treat him like one of your friends. Do him just like that. Treat him like one of your friends. And it really helps if you are on top of the sports that he's into, because those are definitely good icebreakers as well. I know that was some of the stuff that I had used when I was talking to him and everything. So I know how it can be. I'm that way too. I can be very shy in public with people that I don't normally talk to. I can be like that as well. So some of us need some icebreakers. But Batista, the vibe I was getting way back when was, no, he's at a different phase of his life and career right now. This man is definitely done with the pro wrestling. Once it's time for him to go into the Hall of Fame and all of that, yeah, that's it. As far as maybe getting a occasional appearance from Big Dave and maybe he does a Batista bomb on somebody, yeah, nah, I'm not seeing that go down. He's done. John Cena, yes. John Cena, yes. He is somebody I can see come back to WWE on a part-time basis to help out. I can definitely see that, to the point I wouldn't be surprised if, depending on how long this strike continues, because I got to be honest with you guys. Now, here's the thing. Cena comes off as a very, very smart and resourceful man. I say that to say this. He strikes me as one that, and all the time that he was doing his thing in wrestling, he put a decent amount of money tucked away into a corner. To my point, if you were to say to John Cena, hey, John, as far as Hollywood goes, man, this looks like it's going to be stretching out for about probably the next 5 to 7 months, dog. Cena strikes me as someone that is going to say, okay, well, I got my millions. I saved up, so I'll be all right. They can do this for 2 years. I'll be all right. I'll find something to do. Won't be wrestling, but I'll find something to do. Cena strikes me as that type of person. I believe the money has to be just right for Cena to go, all right, let's do this. I'll come back on this limited run and yeah, let's go ahead. Let's see what we can do. So of the big three guys so far, we've already eliminated Batista. John Cena, that's your best working bet. And not to mention, you have proof. You have history already working in your favor that, hey, we can't get John Cena to come in and do this. We can't get John Cena to come in and do that. Okay. So that's more believable. That's more manageable. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I would say no. The Rock, no. Rock's got his hands dipped into XFL and he's already trying to figure out what's going to happen with its respected second season. I've inked all these new deals and all that. So he's got that going on right now. He's got his own respected production company, and with everything that's happening with this Hollywood strike right now, I would imagine The Rock and his production company, they are put between, no pun intended, but a rock and a hard place, right? Because on the one hand, you're looking at this and you're going, yo, well, I own my own production company and I understand what's going on with the strike, but we're in a really good position here in-house where we can just continue to make our own content, and anybody that wants to help us out while continuing to collect a paycheck, they can definitely do that over here. So with The Rock having his own production company, that's one way. Or The Rock can be like, yo, we got to support everybody involved during this strike. So no matter how much we maybe want to create some new original content and everything, we got to figure out a way that we all can continue to stay paid during this time. And if that ultimately means Rock is going to be coming out of his own pocket to make sure that those that's working for him are able to take care of their respective financial responsibilities until this is all over and done with, right? So, he's got that going on as well. So his own, doesn't he have his own energy drink, clothing line and tequila? So, my point, business wise, he's got his hands dipped into quite a few other things that's going to need his attention. I don't see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doing anything with the WWE on a part-time basis. You're lucky if you can even get this guy to do something for WrestleMania next year, assuming you could maybe have the stars align and be able to do something with him at WrestleMania Philly. On that note, Brian Gerwitz, who is the SVP of development for Rock 7 Bucks Productions Company, recently spoke to The Ringer. And he talked about why the Great One is unlikely to appear for WWE during the WGA and SAG AFTRA strikes and more. So, on fans asking to acknowledge Roman Reigns, The Rock does look at his social media. I don't know how much you can cover when you have millions upon millions and millions of followers, but somehow he saw the Grayson Waller thing. We haven't discussed it yet. I personally don't think, obviously, there are bigger things going on in the world in general, but even in the entertainment landscape, I would be, even though WWE is not affiliated with any of the guilds and not affiliated with SAG, it's a bad look for a prominent actor like The Rock, Cena, Batista to appear on an entertainment program, whether there is a strike going on and people are not getting paid and are striking. Yes, it's not insane, but appearing on television in an entertainment capacity is not a great look when a strike is going on. He's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. It's almost, to Brian's point, it's like the very principle. You feel where I'm coming from? Even though, they aren't associated, still the optics. It's all about the optics. It's all about the optics. On The Rock potentially returning to WWE at some point. I would be shocked if The Rock appeared anytime soon while the strike is going on. But I would be equally, if not more shocked, if The Rock never appeared in a WWE ring again and figuring in the storyline at some point. It needs to be crafted, discussed, and thought about. We've never talked about this, just my opinion. If The Rock tweeted something about the bloodline, it's not like if I tweeted something. If he tweeted something, the gates of hell are open. It's hard to close the door again once you do it. Once you dip your toe into the pool, it's on. You can tweet Grayson Waller. He can tweet back, and it can be a funny exchange. But there's not going to be this pitchfork-like mentality of, what are you waiting for? Do it. You started it. Once you start doing the bloodline thing, it's time to go. That's why you have to be very judicious and careful. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Because I know a lot of people are looking at this right now and they're going, yo, if there was ever a time for The Rock and the bloodline and oh, well, what about Cena and what about, look, if you need a better example of an actor that is saying one thing about supporting the strike, but then basically, hey, look, people got bills they got to pay. We got to do what we got to do. But, you know, support the people that's, look at those comments that came from Stephen Amell a couple of weeks back. I mean, he was getting his ass handed to him left and right. Okay. So, you know, if these guys were ever thinking about, well, maybe I could do some stuff, you know, yeah, no. And essentially self-sabotage your career and maybe perhaps put yourself in a position where you could potentially be blacklisted. Yeah. Hollywood blacklisted. Once you do that, that is, you know, ask Monique how that goes. Comedian, actress Monique. Ask her about that. Not very good, folks. So yeah, no.
I just can't believe it.
We certainly appreciate the support.